I don't know if you've been following what's happening in Loudoun County, the school board there. Loudoun County is in Virginia. It's northern part of Virginia, part of the Washington, D.C. metro. It played an essential role in the founding of our nation. George Washington called it the breadbasket of the Revolution because of the farmers. At the time, it was the largest county. Now it's the third largest county. But it has gone crazy with critical race theory. So much so that they have a Facebook group, the people who are on the side of critical race theory. There's a Facebook page that is trying to dox first the parents. Now they're starting to dox the kids that are part of families that are against critical race theory. And the last I read, one of the county attorneys, I think the top county attorney for Loudoun County, was on that Facebook website saying, keep doing this, you're doing exactly the right thing. It's crazy what's happening. One of the families that are suing the county now is a mom. Patty Hidalgo Menders is on the phone with us now. Patty, welcome to the program.
Hi, Glenn. Thank you for having me.
The world is upside down in Loudoun County, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've lived here for almost 23 years, and two of my sons have gone through the Loudoun County school system with no problems. Math, science, English was taught kind of the way we expected. You know, I moved to this area specifically for the school system 23 years ago. And now with my last son, who's a sophomore in high school, we are just finding so much upside down indoctrination.
What have you found?
So I'll be honest, I'm the president of the Loudoun County Republican Women's Club, and many of my club members trust that they can trust me, whether it's teachers or parents. They send me screenshots of what some teachers are teaching. And one in particular was a high school English senior class, and the teacher had a screen with a white girl and a black girl and kept bullying this student to say, what do you see? What do you see? And the kid is like, I only see two people chilling. Yes. So that was uncovered because my club members sent that to me. And that opened my eyes to what's happening. Then in the next couple of days, I get my club members sending me screenshots that my name was blacklisted in that anti-racist Facebook page. And that opened my eyes to how crazy they're thinking that we as parents are the opposition. I mean, there were 6 school board members in that anti-racist Facebook page. Yes, the Commonwealth Attorney, Buddha Buberich, was in that group as well. Even the principal of my son's high school. Now, whether they knew or not, they let this mob blacklist us. And they listed my first and last name. They listed my name of my husband, where my son goes to high school, and 3 pictures of me. Glenn, they called me a racist. And the irony in that is my parents escaped from communist Cuba. I know darn well what socialism looks like because they taught me. And they taught me to appreciate the freedoms that we've been given here in the U.S. So when they called me a racist, I got mad. And I went to the school board meeting. We only allowed 2 public comment sessions a month. And I told them to their face how disappointed, school board, that you let this mob go after your constituents, the parents of the students that you're supposed to represent and take care of our children.
Your county attorney, it didn't stop. I think it got worse, if I'm reading things right, because now they were saying on that Facebook page, we've got to find out more about these kids and send us anything you have on any of the kids. So they're doxing the kids. And then your county attorney joined in and said, this is the right thing to do. This is insane that it's happening in America.
We were able to FOIA and find out that these school board members wanted to silence the opposition. It's a war against the parents that do not believe in this indoctrination. They
Yes.
say it's not critical race theory. They say they're not teaching that. But you know what? They use other words. They use equity, culturally responsive training. And yes,
Sure.
they are doxing our children. You know, it also goes to the kids that go. So we had an opportunity to either do in-person or distance learning, and majority of the conservative families did send their children to in-person. So I feel like that's another avenue where they're able to see who these families are that oppose critical race theory in our schools.
Now, it's my understanding that if your son or daughter, you either agree or you be quiet. And if you're not quiet, you can be excluded from school leadership programs, reported for disciplinary action. Is that true?
Yes. They implemented they're calling it student equity ambassadors, and then there's a bias reporting. And the bias reporting allows students anonymously to list 8 different reasons why they're reporting this individual, and it could be racial slurs or whatever. And you can anonymously say that this kid did this on this day. Then it goes to the equity committee, and they have to investigate. And then the student equity ambassadors can only be a part of the program if they're allies to this CRT training. So it's very scary for, this is an awkward age to begin with, K through 12. Kids are still learning. They're still trying to figure out who they are. But for them to push this political indoctrination on our children to be social justice warriors, that's when you're getting a lot of parents that are coming to the school board meetings and saying, be honest with us. What are you doing to our children?
And I don't think I think a lot of cities, school boards, teachers, schools are not being honest. We've seen this around the country where they pull it out and the teachers just continue to say, we'll do it anyway. We'll just rename it. You are working with friends of ours, libertyjusticecenter.org, and they're working with you on this lawsuit. What are you suing for?
So my friend Scott Mineo, who runs Parents Against Critical Theory, was looking for other Loudoun parents, and he introduced me to Liberty Justice Center. And we are suing them for our children's and our right to freedom of speech based on this Equity Ambassador program and the bias reporting.
And Liberty Justice Center thinks it's a pretty good case. I mean, if they take your case, that's a pretty good sign that they think they can win it. What does it mean if you win?
That's a good question. I think we could fundamentally end the Equity Ambassador program. They want this lawsuit to restore our free speech and show that it violates it and that it violates equality. They don't use the word equality. They use the word equity.
Night and day difference. Patty,
yes.
When you are out and about, do you find people are against you or for you, or do you find a lot of people coming up and whispering, I'm with you, I just keep going? What do you find?
There's a lot of whispers. Yeah. So there's a lot of whispers.
Cowards.
Yes, I'll be honest. I've had to really educate and empower a lot of people to move forward. And I ran a gala, and Sebastian Gorka was there, and he said, we've got to get more people like Patty, who is brave to come out. We can't do this alone. And since I've been filing this lawsuit, a lot of not anonymous, but strangers have come to me and saying, you're doing a great job. And to be honest, I just need them on board with me. I need them to come to the school board meetings with me. I need them to write letters to the editor. I need them to, write letters to the superintendent to say this is unacceptable. I need more people in the battle with me.
I think people are afraid that if you lose, they are going to be outed and they'll be next on the chopping block, which if they don't stand, they will be. I mean, I've said this for years. One, courage is contagious. But two, if you don't fight now, this is the easy part of this fight. It is only going to get harder from here if we don't stand up. If you don't stand up now, you're not going to stand up. You will be ending up on the wrong side.
Well, one thing we're doing that a lot of parents and residents are participating is we're recalling 6 of the school board members that were in that anti-racist Facebook page. So we do have recall efforts that are happening, and people are coming out of the woodwork to sign those. As club president, I've got a lot of events, and people are going. My club is actually the largest Republican women's club in the state of Virginia because of all this liberalness in the last 2 years that we've been uncovering. So I think people are slowly coming up. They're tired of this cancel culture. They're tired of this wokeness. It really surprised us, but the school board canceled Dr. Seuss. They didn't want his racist books to be a part of Read Across America program that they had been doing for years. So it's just, we found out that the school board wants a war with the parents, and I just don't understand it,
Yeah, I've watched it around the country several times, and many of the teachers and the school boards they do look at your children like it's their right and their children, and that you are a nuisance in all of this. They know what's right. The arrogance is off the charts. Hopefully that will be their undoing. Patty, thank you so much. Is there anything that you need or that the audience can do?
I guess contact Liberty Justice Center if they want to get involved. Contact Fight for Schools, which is an organization that's doing the recall. And then Parents Against Critical Theory is a big educational website. So I'm working really closely with those 3 organizations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll follow the case, Patty, and hope to have you on again. I hope to actually shake your hand one day. I think you're an amazing woman.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. LibertyJusticeCenter.org. LibertyJusticeCenter.org. These are the people, they are funding all of the litigation for the right cases, the ones that will actually set precedents, and we can build to knock the legs out from underneath this. And they are really, really a good group of people. If you would like to support her in this, go to LibertyJusticeCenter.org.